Welcome back to the channel. It's the final derby of the season tomorrow. And listen, apart from the record goals tally, the record points tally, and heaping more misery on Rangers, there's absolutely nothing to play for. Yes, folks, welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. Starting at 11 prediction time, as I say, for tomorrow's final league derby of the season. We go to Ibrox without any away fans and without, obviously, a guard of honour for the champions. We were never expecting one, but it was worthwhile to wind them up about it anyway. They will get to see the champions tomorrow, and I think for us, there's plenty of incentives in the game. We do have the opportunity to finish a season without getting beat by Rangers, but more importantly, we're in touching distance of that league record goal tally, and we're still in with a chance of the record points tally as well, so there's no shortage of incentives for the team. But as always, these derbies are hugely important, despite the fact it doesn't have the edge because we did win the title last week. It might not have that usual edge, but there's plenty of bragging rights and plenty to play for. Obviously, we come into the back of this game after the 2-0 victory at Tynecastle last week. Again, I think it wasn't our best performance of the season, but we still managed to get the job done. I thought we were much better in the second half than we were in the first. But we found a way to win, and that is the story this season. If you look at how consistent the team have been, they could scarcely have been better in the league season. We've had 2 draws and 1 defeat. We've been leading the whole way, and we've made just about 0 mistakes. So you cannot be hard on the team in any way, shape or form. I think some people, obviously us as well, we sit after the game and we analyse the performance, but you can't take anything away from the team. They've been incredible all season, and let's hope they go and put on another performance for us tomorrow. Rangers had a 1-0 victory against Aberdeen last weekend. The goal went in shortly after the final whistle at Tynecastle that confirmed us as champions, so I'm sure that was their favourite goal of the season so far. I don't think it was a great performance by Rangers. I think it'll be a slightly different look to the Rangers side tomorrow. I think Robbie McCrorie's going to start in goals. Who knows what the score with Morelos is after Michael Beale threw him under the bus for his energy last week when he came off the bench against Aberdeen. Kent had a dismal showing in the semi-final up against Alistair Johnson, got hooked to half-time, so whether we might see Sakala and Matondo for Rangers, I don't know. I think Ben Davies is injured as well, so when you add in our defensive injuries with Johnson out and Carter Vickers out as well, the teams will probably look different to how they have looked for all of the derbies this season. So it might play out to be a strange game, but as I say, there's plenty on the line. And for us, we want to heap more misery on Rangers' season. They're going to end trophyless. It'd be brilliant for us to end the season unbeaten against them as well. There's no doubt the atmosphere might help them because there's no away fans, but if we start the game well, we know we can turn the crowd against them, and I think if we get a fast start, we will do that. So we'll get to the team then, and we'll start in goals as we always do, and it will be Joe Hart. I don't think there'll be any changes to the back 5. I think Ralston will play. Starfelt will be on the right-hand side, Kobayashi on the left-hand side defence, and Greg Taylor at left back. Kobayashi struggled in the first half last week. Hearts did come and press us high up the pitch. We struggled to get out. I think he did give it away 4 or 5 times in that first period, but he improved slightly in the second half. He'll get put under pressure again tomorrow. I don't think there's any two ways about that. I think these are good tests for him. He's early in his Celtic career, and as I say, there's not quite that usual edge to the game because we did win the title last weekend, so it's a good environment to give him the chance to show what he can do, to give him the chance to handle a game like this and see how he comes through it. As I say, I think those defensive changes did interrupt our build-up, playing out for the back last weekend. Hopefully that isn't the case tomorrow if Rangers choose to come and press us, which you would think they might, having not beat us all season and playing in front of a full crowd of their own supporters. You'd expect them to maybe come at us early doors. We've got to deal with that. And as I say, hopefully building the game out from the back, we'll be able to do that better than we did last weekend. Rangers have stifled us a wee bit in recent derbies in terms of their defensive shape, trying to stop the flow of the ball into McGregor in the centre of the pitch. So we've got to have answers for that tomorrow. And I think Rio Hatate being back in the team will help us. So I think the midfield will be unchanged as well. McGregor, Hatate and Matt O'Reilly. I don't see Aaron Moy coming in. Could the manager make a few changes? Maybe. Because, as I say, we wrapped the title up last weekend. They might see fit to introduce one or two surprise selections. But I think that will be the midfield. I think Hatate in the second half again grew last weekend at Tynecastle, still getting back up to speed after 5 weeks out. But he's key for us in terms of building the game, in terms of being an option, playing out from the defence. And I think if he can find somewhere close to his top level that we've seen all season tomorrow, we'll be in a great chance of winning the game. The front three, I think, will also be unchanged. So yes, that's an unchanged 11. I think Jota will start on the right-hand side. Dyson will start on the left. And the 30-goal a season, Kyogo Furuhashi through the middle. Delighted for him to get the opener last weekend. Delighted for him to hit 30 goals. I don't think we spoke about him enough in the post-match pint. Hopefully we can make up for that tomorrow. A brilliant landmark. What a season he's had. And he's still in with a chance of matching the record individual goal tally against Rangers in a season, which I believe is Henrik Larsson with 7. So if he gets a brace tomorrow, he will match it. I think that will be the 11 the manager goes with. That's no changes from last weekend. As I say, it's a strong 11. I don't think there'll be any surprises. And I think the message will be, as it always is, to just go and play our football, regardless of the circumstances. We've got the Scottish Cup final still to come. So all the players want to be available. They want to play in that game. They want to keep their levels high. So I don't expect any drop-off. And you never would in this fixture. And certainly not for this Celtic team. But I think they've got to be motivated to go and show why they are champions tomorrow. And I think if we do that and we get a fast start, we can make it a long afternoon for Rangers. But the last few derbies have been close, and it wouldn't surprise me again if that's how it played out tomorrow. But after all, we are the champions. We will be the champions whatever happens tomorrow. And we're in with a great chance of sealing an 8th domestic treble. So wherever you're watching the game tomorrow, enjoy it. We'll be back with the post-match pint from Malone's afterwards. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.